Hello everyone and welcome back to Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit, where we are looking around this room. I think I need to start putting things together. Sound of something breaking in the broken stand. I feel like that's right. The stand broke and the ship collapsed with it, and the loud sound it made brought Miss Bound running. Yeah, so the ship had already keeled over by the time she got in here. But why did the stand collapse? What caused it to break? Yeah. I'm waiting for it to do something with the temperature. Maybe the whole thing was off balance from the get-go. Could that really have been the case? Okay, so we have blunt force trauma, damaged creations. Why did it break? Oh wait, is there still something else in here I didn't get? No, it's giving... Does it always give me the option to deduce? I feel like I ask that every time. Oh, sorry. Nope, I didn't mean to do that. Did not mean to do... Okay. Did not mean to do that. So I can deduce the ship. This piece of chocolate. Or the outline. What do I have? A badge, that'll help. Have I looked at the... I don't think I've looked at the notes. The victim's body was found in Samson Tangaroa's room inside a chocolate treasure chest. The cause of death appears to have been blood loss following blunt force trauma. Okay. Oh! Is it like a puzzle? Oh shoot. I don't know which I wanted to, like, should that be in here? It's not quite like a puzzle. Oh no, I don't know what it, like. No, it's outside. So do I want to question this? Because all the blood is gone was what caught my attention. Alright, let's do that. Yeah, because there was blunt force trauma and blood, but the blood is gone. You said the only thing that had been removed from the scene is the body. Yeah, that and the piece of cloth it was wrapped in. And something here doesn't quite add up. It doesn't. Take another look at the scene in front of us, Detective. A very conspicuous pool of blood that should be here is clearly missing. You're right. Don't remember anybody mentioning they'd removed the blood along with the body. Yeah, there's a chunk of chocolate missing. Let me check with forensics. Ooh, what is it, Mr. Reed? What did you figure out? Compare the treasure chest in the photograph to the real thing. Yeah. In the picture, the solid chocolate bottom continues underneath the deceased's head. So why would it have been important? So we can see the blood in the instant pictures. I was like, man, that's suspicious that she had a camera, like, ready to go. But that, on its own, already, like, helps clear things up. So why would she give us the picture if it actually implicates her? The part with the blood all over it. Exactly. So did the police remove it, or perhaps the killer? It wasn't forensics. They're saying nobody took anything like that away. Interesting. So somebody deliberately removed the blood from the scene. Could be. Police have taken custody of the body. Oh. Well, it didn't really help me all that much. Alright, well, there's no more deduction. Okay. Is there anything over here to deduce? Nope. Okay. Have any other logic that I'd like to put together? Tampered with in several places, and why did it break? Let's try it. Okay, I actually don't know where we're going with this. All of Mr. Tangaroa's creations are missing a little piece each, including one of the stands that was holding up the ship. Somebody really went all out. You think it could have been the killer? It's certainly a possibility. Either way, I think we can safely say the stand was damaged in our mystery person's tampering spree. And when it broke, the ship fell and smashed open the treasure chest, which would have remained closed otherwise. I think we're about done here for now. Oh, wrong voice. Notes about the crime scene. The police have taken the custody of the body. Okay. Well, if I wasn't convinced before, I am now. Tangaro did it. No two ways about it. What? What do you mean? All the rooms in this place locked from the inside. The only way to unlock them from the outside is with this key. Let me see. And who had access to that key? Who do you think? Tangaroa, and it's the only one. There aren't any copies. The one and only key that unlocks every door in the mansion, Tangaroa was in possession of it the entire time. With the mansion key, Tangaroa could slip into anybody else's room anytime he liked. And he could even lock his own room from the outside if he wanted. But Mr. Tangaroa's room wasn't locked, was it? Nope. Which is exactly what makes him a suspect. Would you care to explain your thinking? Oh, here we go. If the door had been locked when the body was found, Tangaroa would have been the obvious suspect. Which is why he deliberately didn't lock his room. What? And why he smashed the lid of the treasure chest so the body was on full display. Everyone was supposed to gather in his room when the judging finished up. So he made it look like the murder happened while he wasn't there. Okay. The one thing he didn't plan on was Bound finding the body. What? Anyway, that's my thinking on this whole thing. Good enough for you, Mr. Attorney? Not even close. Do you also believe it was Mr. Tangaroa who damaged the other pieces in this room? Yep. I know you have to believe your client. That's your job, but I'm a detective and I serve the law. No matter how squeaky clean somebody might seem, a suspect is still a suspect. I fully understand your reasoning, Detective. Now, would you mind if I applied a little critical thinking of my own? Do your worst. Just as the detective won't compromise his devotion to the law, I won't compromise my beliefs either. And I'm not about to just accept his version of events. In fact, I'm going to show him the piece of evidence that highlights the contradiction in his claims. I feel like he contradicted himself in his own testimony.
Hold it.
That's hardly solid grounds on which to base your suspicion of Mr. Tangaroa, Detective. And that's hardly solid grounds to start shouting objections left and right on, Mr. Attorney. Maybe quit interrupting and let me finish. Didn't lock his room. And why would he deliberately not lock his door? Because if he'd locked it, he might as well have held the sign saying he did it since he had the only key. But maybe it was just a coincidence. Maybe he left it unlocked without meaning to. He's happened to leave it unlocked and somebody just happened to find a body inside. Come on, kid, you'll never make a detective thinking like that. But I don't want to be a detective. I want to be an attorney. I'd be grateful if you'd stop trying to steal my apprentice. Look, there's a reason why Tangaroa left his door unlocked. Okay. You're saying Mr. Tangora himself deliberately smashed the treasure chest open? Yep. If he hadn't, the body would have never been found. I struggle to see how he managed to destroy his creation while judging the contest at the same time. Exactly, and besides, there's no way he would have disrespected his sweets. He eats every last crumb on Bacon Bop while dancing. That's the only way his stuff gets destroyed. This isn't about what happens on TV, kid. You know about Bacon Bop, Detective? Am I the only one who isn't familiar with this show? Wow, I never would have guessed. Can you sing the theme song too? Never mind that now. Focus. The point is, Tangara was responsible for breaking the lid. We gather in his room when the judging finished up. Okay. The judging began in Mr. Gusto's room, correct? Yeah. Kinda wanted to check his hard candy stuff out myself. In that case, how about a demonstration? Well, it's you, Detective. Are you calling him a dirty dog? 'Cause I'm on board with that. It's a wolf. A lone wolf. I like it. I'm starting to enjoy these little displays. Anyhow, the murder happened while he wasn't there. Do you have a clear idea of when exactly the murder took place? Not yet. Autopsy reports still pending. And yet you still went ahead and arrested Mr. Tangara. And I know when the murder happened, but we know when the body was discovered. As well, Tangara was judging Gusto's room. The perfect alibi if you could set it up just right. But still not grounds for an arrest. Surely you have to agree with that. Do I? Especially when I've got nothing more to say to you. Why do I get the feeling he's hiding something? Detective Bad seems pretty convinced that Mr. Tangara is the culprit. But there's no way he would have vandalized his own creation. There's no way. Still, the treasure chest did get smashed in there. There's no denying that. Perhaps we should focus more on what led to the body's discovery. Doing so should make it easier to spot the flaw in Detective Bad's theory. If the door had been locked when the body was found, Tangara would have been the obvious suspect, which is why he deliberately didn't lock his room, and why he smashed the lid of the treasure chest so the body was on full display. Everyone was supposed to gather in his room when the judging finished up, so he made it look like the murder happened while he wasn't there. What do I have? I've got the teapot. That doesn't necessarily help. Contest rules. Tangara's room when the judging ends. Yep, non-confectionery items may not be used. Contestants may not enter another contestant's room until judging has been completed. Ooh, does that factor in somehow? Finger marks, but it didn't leave any prints. Mention. Okay. The body discovered. What could the design signify? We're not there yet. The victim's body was found in Samson Tangara's room inside a chocolate treasure chest. The lid was closed. The lid was closed until the ship collapsed. So why would you need to close it? You could just leave it open, right? And why he deliberately didn't lock his room, and why he smashed the lid of the treasure so the body was on full display. He wouldn't need to do that. Am I thinking about this right? That feels like a little too obvious. We've established the body was hidden inside the chest, and that Miss Bound only came running into this room when she heard a sound. It seems reasonable to infer that the sound was that of the chocolate boat collapsing. Sure, seems likely based on the evidence. Oh, I see what they're saying. So, like, wouldn't he go out of his way to make sure it didn't make a sound if he was trying to avoid her hearing it? And yet you assert that it was Mr. Tangara who had smashed the lid of the chest. Oh, yeah. I see. I believe this photo makes it clear that it was the ship that did the smashing. I interpreted that differently. I interpreted that as he set up. Okay, yeah, I got a little bit ahead there. I see. Whoops. And if that had occurred only moments before Miss Bound had entered the room, then it couldn't have been broken by Mr. Tangora, who was out judging the contest at that time. I never said he did it then and there. He could have done something to the stand, so it collapsed when he was in the middle of judging. Now that's where I was at already. So we're gonna get there. Have you any way of proving that assertion? No. Nope. The investigation isn't over yet. There's still time. So he doesn't have anything conclusive. Have you found any prints in this room besides those of Mr. Tangora's? Yep, on the door. But we found Tangora's and Frost prints on there too. We were all brought in here for a briefing right before we started work on our creations. Those prints are probably from then. I take it you haven't checked any of Mr. Tangora's work for prints yet. I would. We know that somebody tampered with them. Therefore, it's possible they left some prints behind when they did so. Fine. If we don't find anything here, guy's still top of my list. Got it? That's, reasonable. You, check all this chocolate stuff for prints now. Yes, sir, right away. Detective Bad, we finished dusting the chocolate and we found prints that don't belong to Mr. Tangora, sir. Yeah, go on. Whose? Delicious Scone, sir. She's one of the contestants. Good work. You can go back to whatever you were investigating before. Yes, sir. All right. So is she the red herring in this? So it seems we have a suspect besides Mr. Tangora. Even without your lawyerly input, I wasn't about to wrap up the investigation anyway. I'll go speak to Miss Scone and see what she has to say for herself. Alicia Scone. Mr. Gusto mentioned her too. Says she was ruthless. That she'd do anything to win. This Scone lady sounds like a pretty suspicious character, huh, Mr. E? Yes, I think we'd better try to speak with her ourselves as well. Detective Bad, would you mind if we accompanied you? Yeah, that should go well. Babysitting you is not my job. Ah, come on! But I guess you did pick up a couple useful clues already. So if you want to tag along, be my guest. Thank you, Detective. You're too kind. But Detective Bad, sir. I don't think that's such a good idea. The lead prosecutor is still busy in there. He'll be fine. Me and him don't exactly see eye to eye anyhow. Ooh. Who is this him? Who did they assign the case to? Manfred von Karma. Yeah. What? They gave it to von Karma? He hasn't lost a case in 25 years. Manfred von Karma, a living legend over at the prosecutor's office. We've never faced one another in the courtroom, but I've heard plenty of stories. They say he'll do anything to ensure a guilty verdict. But I can't let that distract me. For now, I need only continue to do what I believe is right. Oh. I'm at that, like, I'm not quite ready to wrap this up yet. We'll do a couple more minutes. We'll probably end up leaving in the middle of a thought, but that's... I like to keep going a little bit. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, that's a really cool castle. Also, she is not what I expected. Whoa, a candy castle, and look, there are even some little elves to go with it. The room's laid out, pretty much the same as Tangora's. It's not as cold, though, that's something. Let's see, yeah, looks like there's a temperature control panel in here, too. Over there, where that orange light is, right? We better take a closer look at it when we can. Yeah. It's like a fairy tale storybook in here. And this whipped cream cover construction must be the work of Miss Delicious Scone. Where is Miss Scone? Me, why, I'm just over here, dearie. Oh, just look at you lovely boys. Delicious scone at your service. Some cheeky blighters back in Blighty even called me Miss Delicious Tea. Called a lovely boy at 34. Unexpected to say the least. Lovely boys? Really? Even Mr. E? Oh, yes, dear. You, the detective over there. You're all lovely boys to me. Nobody's lovely boy, lady. Name's Bad. I wonder just how old she is. Finish this up so we can get out of here, Mr. Attorney. Yes, alright. What's the meaning of this? Chit-chatting with the defense? Mr. Edgeworth, some scary guy just stepped out of the castle! Von Karma. What? He's Manfred Von Karma? Beep. Sorry, Mannykins. The notorious Prosecutor Von Karma himself. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Von Karma. Gregory Edgeworth, attorney at law. Couldn't care less what your name is. Your job is to lose to me and disappear, never to show your sniveling face again. Hi, nice to meet you. What a thoroughly rude individual. Those piercing eyes, that furrowed brow. Ugh, you're even scarier than they say. And you might want to keep such rude thoughts to yourself, Eddie. We were hoping you might permit us to carry out some brief inquiries, Mr. Von Karma. And why would I wish to extend you any such courtesy? This clearly isn't going to be easy. So long as your inquiries are limited to this room, I suppose I'll allow it. Why the sudden change of heart? You, the tall fellow. Name's Bad. Is that so hard to remember? I didn't ask for your opinion. The thoughts of a lowly detective do not concern me. But I do admire your spirit. Bad, see to it that these worms don't step out of line. Why do I have to? Not offering you a choice, detective. I need to go and look over Gusto's room. Good day. Great, more babysitting. And we'll get to that babysitting in the next episode. Oh, okay, that was worth it just to see Von Karma. I'm disappointed we don't get to, like, challenge him in the courtroom, but still, bring back memories. Hope you're enjoying this. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.